Hello guys, welcome to the Daily Current Affairs by Neo IAS. So today on 5th August 2019, we are going to discuss the topics Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile, that is QRSAM, then Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019, Genome India Initiative, then the Draft National Education Policy 2019, then MAPEDA program and previous year question revision series. So our first topic, that is QRSAM. So it means Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile. So basically why it came in news, because India test fires this QRSAM. Okay, this is the news. So about this Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile, we know the state-of-the-art missile has been developed by Defense Research and Development Organization for the Indian Army. Okay, and you have to know this QRSAM, it uses solid fuel propellant and it has got a range of 25 to 30 kilometers. Okay, and it's a sophisticated all-weather and also all-terrain missile. Okay. Then, here I have got a pic and you can see the picture of QRSAM. So, you can see that it can be mounted on a truck and usually it is stored in a canister. And it is equipped with electronic countermeasures against jamming by aircraft radars. Okay. So, the first trial of this QRSAM, it was conducted on June 4th, 2017, and the system actually it is being developed for the army with search and track on move capability with very short reaction time. Okay, and also you have to remember the system, they are equipped with indigenously developed phased array radar. Then it also consists of an inertial navigation system. Then it consists of data link and radio frequency seeker. Okay, these are some peculiar features which this QRSAM possesses. Clear? So you have to remember the first trial, it was conducted on June 4th, 2017. Clear? Let's move to our second topic, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019. Okay, so first we will see the news and then we will see the provisions of bill. So the news is that the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019 that empowers the Union Home Ministry to designate individuals as terrorists, it was passed in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, this is the news. So let's see about this bill. We know the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019, it says only those individuals, that means those individuals who participated in terrorist activities or those who aid indulging in such activities or those who propagate the ideology of terrorism and even the members of non-terrorist organization, they will be declared as terrorists after this amendment is passed. Okay, so this is the basic thing of this Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019. And this amendment, it gives powers to DG and NIA to attach properties acquired from the proceeds of terrorism. Okay. So, when this National Investigation Agency takes up a case that is having an international and interstate ramification, we know all the factors that is pertinent to the case, they are with this National Investigation Agency and it is not with the state police. Okay. So, currently what happens? Currently the law, it requires that this NIA, they should take prior permission from the respective state DGP to attach the proceeds of terrorism. Okay, so the thing is that earlier the officers of rank DSP and above, they were empowered to investigate cases under UPSC as per section 43. But the amendment, it seeks to empower the officers with the rank of inspectors and above to do the same. That you have to remember. Okay. So, about the bill, there are many provisions. I'll explain. The first thing, that the amendment, basically, you know, the amendment is seeks to allow the government to designate an individual as terrorist and to bring in embargo on arms or assets seizures. Okay, that is the basic thing. And under this law, the personal information or the financial information of an individual who is designated as the terrorist, it can be shared with various Western agencies, and it also gives power to the officers of the rank of Inspector of NIA to investigate the offences under Chapter 4 and Chapter 6. Fine. Then this bill, it seeks to empower NIA to conduct raids anywhere without the relevant state government's prior permission. That is a clause that has raised concerns and also it caused constraints in various quarters. Okay. So, the thing is that besides designating an individual as a terrorist, the bill, it empowers the NIA to grant approval to seize or attach property when the case is being brought. Okay. Then, the next you have to remember, to allay the fears about the misuse of the law, what the Home Ministry do? The Home Ministry has said that an individual who is designated as a terrorist, they can appeal to the Home Secretary, who will have to dispose the appeal within 45 days. Okay. So, the centre, they will constitute a review committee under the Act, and under this, an implicated individual, he can appeal against the inclusion of his or her name, and he or she can seek a hearing before the committee. Okay. And another provision is also given, if he or she is not satisfied with the Home Secretary's decision, then that individual in question, they can move the committee which is headed by a sitting or a retired judge of the High Court and comprising at least 2 retired secretaries of the central government. Okay, these are the provisions. So, it seems that these provisions of the law, they are similar to a UN policy which is used by the Security Council to apply pressures on a state or entity to comply with the objectives which is set up by the UN without resorting to the use of force. Clear? That's all. Then our next topic, there is Genome India Initiative. So, the news says the Department of Biotechnology, that is DBT, plans to scan nearly 20,000 Indian genomes over 5 years in 2 phases. That means 2-phase exercise, and to develop diagnostic tests that can be used for cancer. Okay, this is the news. So, first, as I said, it consists of 2 phases. So, the first phase involves sequencing the genomes of nearly 10,000 Indians to capture the biological diversity of the country. Okay, here you can see a gene like a sequencing, and then in the next phase, that is the genomes of about 10,000 deceased individuals will be sequenced. Okay. So, these data, they would be compiled using a machine learning in order to identify the genes, and they can predict the cancer risk, as well as they can also predict other diseases. And so, we can say it could be significantly influenced by the genetic anomalies. Okay. So, according to this, 22 institutions including CSIR and DBT. CSIR means, you know, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and DBT, they would be involved in the exercise. Okay. So, you have to remember the data which is generated, they would be accessible to researchers anywhere. Okay. Then you have to know about genome sequencing. So, you know this genome, it is an organism's complete set of DNA. That means including all of its genes. Okay. So these sequencing or these techniques is widely used in genetic engineering, and we know this genome sequencing. It is figuring out the order of DNA nucleotides or bases in a genome, and the order of, we can say, so simply we can say the order of A's, C's, G's and T's that will make up an organism's DNA. We know that. Okay. So, so in this genome sequencing, we can say it's a method of isolating and also identifying variable elements within the base pair sequence of DNA, as it shows high degree of polymorphism at genetic level. Okay. So then you have to know about polymorphism. So this polymorphism, it forms the basis of genome sequencing, since DNA from every tissues, that means it can be such as blood, then follicle, then skin, bone or saliva or even sperm. So that means DNA from every tissue from an individual, it shows the same degree of polymorphism. Okay. So we know this genomics, it's an interdisciplinary field of science which is focusing on the structure, function, evolution, then mapping and even editing of genomes. So this genomics, it also involves the sequencing and even analysis of the genomes through the use of high throughput DNA sequencing. So we can say it can be noted that a group of Indian scientists and companies, they are already involved with the 100K Genome Asia project, that you have to remember here. Okay, so the basic aim of this 100K Genome Asia project is to sequence the whole genomes of 100K Asians, including 50,000 Indians. Okay, so here you have to remember about this 100K Genome Asia project. Then our next topic, there is the Draft National Education Policy 2019. So why it came in news? Because the Union Human Resource Development Minister, actually he holds a series of meetings with members of Parliament of South Indian states in connection with Draft NEP. Okay, so this is the news. So, about this Draft National Education Policy 2019, you have to remember is that the government of India, it had initiated the process of formulating a new education policy in order to meet the changing dynamics of the requirements of the population with regard to quality of education. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then innovation and research, then it also aims to make India a knowledge superpower. Okay, so these are the keywords. Then, so about this Draft National Education Policy 2019, we know it is built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability and accountability. Clear? Then, so we can say that it brings about a paradigm shift by equipping our students, then our teachers and education institution with the right competencies and also capabilities, and they also create an enabling and reinvigorated educational ecosystem for a vibrant new India. Okay, this is a particular feature of this draft education policy. So the committee, which is led by the chairman, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, it submitted the draft national educational policy. Okay, so we'll discuss its key recommendations. So the committee, it has proposed to rename the MHRD as Ministry of Education. So that is the first thing. Then, in school education, what happens? A major reconfiguration of curricular and pedagogical structure with ECCE, that means Early Childhood Care and Education. It is being made as an integral part of school education, and that is also proposed. Okay, this is another recommendation. And the committee, it also recommends extension of Right to Education Act 2009 to cover children of children between ages 3 to 18. And the schools, they will be reorganized into school complexes, and it also seeks to reduce the content load in school education curriculum. Okay. And next thing that you have to remember is that there will be no hard separation of learning areas in terms of curricular, co-curricular or even extracurricular areas, and all subjects. That means even if it is an art subject or music, craft, sports and yoga, they will be in the curricula. Okay, so there won't be any separation like curricular, co-curricular and extracurricular. Clear? And this committee, it also proposed for a massive transformation in teacher education by shutting down substandard teacher education institution, and they also recommend to move all teachers, that means preparation or even education programs, into large multidisciplinary universities or colleges. Okay, then next you have to remember two apex institutions. That is, the first is Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog and next is the National Research Foundation. So the new apex body, that is Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog, it is being made, or it is proposed to enable a holistic and also an integrated implementation of all education initiatives and programs, and we can say programmatic interventions, and to coordinate efforts between the center and the state. Okay, the next one is the National Research Foundation. So we can say it's an apex body, and it is being proposed for creating a strong research culture and building research capacity across higher education. Okay, and so another thing, there is the four functions of standard setting, funding, accreditation and also regulation to be separated and conducted by independent bodies. That means there are four functions, and they are, the first one is National Higher Education Regulatory Authority, as the only regulator for all higher education including professional education, and creation of accreditation ecosystem which is led by revamped NAAC. The third one is professional standard setting bodies for each area of professional education, and fourth one, that is UGC, to transform higher education grant commission. Okay. And they also do several things for the promotion of Indian and classical languages, and also setting up of 3 new national institutes for Pali, Persian and Prakrit, and also IITI, means Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation. They have its setup is also been recommended. Clear? So you have to remember some of these provisions. Okay. Then, so today in MapAid program, we will be dealing with spices. Okay, so here in this table you can see the spices and some of the major spice, that corresponding spice producing states. So first one is pepper. We know the leading producers are Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. In cardamom, so two types, small and large. It's also a small one is being produced by Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and large Sikkim and West Bengal. Then ginger, Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Meghalaya, etc. Then turmeric, we know Orissa, Tamil Nadu, etc. Then chili, its famous producers are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, etc. Then coriander, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Uttaranchal. Cumin, same, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. Then fennel, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Then fenugreek, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat. Then clove and nutmeg and mace, they are being produced by Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Saffron, the leading producer is Jammu and Kashmir. Then vanilla, Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Then ajovan, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir. Then kokum, Karnataka. Then this pomegranate seed, this Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. And herbal and exotic spices, we know it is Tamil Nadu. Okay, so these are some of the important spices, and here I have also mentioned the leading producers. Okay, then So, in the last class, we were dealing with Benin, and I asked you to find out the official language of Benin and also its indigenous language. So, the answer is the official language of Benin, it is French, you know that. And also the indigenous languages such as Fon and Yoruba, they are commonly spoken. Fon and Yoruba. Okay. So, today your question is, please find where the Spices Board of India is located. Clear? So, here I put you a color code notification. So, in this you can see the corresponding spice and also the leading producer. Okay, and by the help of this color code, you can correlate those states. Okay, because there are a large number of spices, so that's why I've in the map I have made this color code, and you can note that color code and you can coordinate that states in the given map. So these are the some of the major spice producing states in India. Clear? So today in prelims question revision series, your question is, during a thunderstorm, a thunder in skies is produced by your options: meeting of cumulonimbus clouds in the sky. Then second option, lightning that separates the nimbus clouds. 3, violent upward movement of air and water particles. So here you have to select the correct answer using the codes given below, and options A 1 only, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3, and D none of the above produces the thunder. Okay, this is the question. So the first thing that you have to understand is that here the question it is about the cause of thunder during a thunderstorm. Okay, so don't get it confused with, it is not about the cause of thunderstorm. Okay, so the question is about the cause of thunder during thunderstorm. If you understand that basic thing, then you can eliminate from the option. Okay, so you know the thunder, it is the sound caused by a lightning discharge, and this lightning, it heats the air in its path and it causes a large overpressure of the air within its channel, and the channel actually it expands supersonically into the surrounding air as a shock wave, and it creates an acoustic signal that is heard as thunder. Okay, so here in the options you can say the answer it is D. Why? Because none of the above options they are the reasons that, or we can say none of the above produces the thunder. But if you think, by the way, if we take option 2, it is correct. That is lightning that separates nimbus clouds. But there is no option saying only 2. Okay, so in the options you can see there is no option saying 2 only. So 2 and 3 is there, but no options like 2 only. So our answer is D, that is none of the above produces the thunder. Clear? So our answer is D. So that's all for today's session. You can download the material from the link given below. Thank you for listening.